What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's going on with the overall market moving forward and some very important levels to be watching for, and how things are looking, in my personal opinion. But before I break down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Weeble and deposit $500, you guarantee 20 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon in just about 4 days from now. Anyways, for the market, let's talk about how these tickers are looking real quick. I'm going to make this video kind of quick as well. So we have a head and shoulders like structure on SPY, which is showing some weakness still. And SPY has been dipping down towards 543 these last couple of minutes. It's still shuffling between 543 and 545 in a range. If we lose 543, I'll be looking at our 50 EMA at 541.6 as our next potential target. But if I look at the 5-minute time frame just to double check this, you guys can see SPY has been stuck within this range for the most part, kind of going back and forth and back and forth. So I'll be watching this very carefully. We have 544.8 as the kind of level we kind of rejected off of, and we dipped all the way down to 543 only to like hold up. So you can see we're kind of trading around the 544 area, just like almost a point above and a point below. That's where our range is for now. If we lose 543, there will be more downside. I am seeing a little bit more weakness on the chart because of how Nvda is performing and also other pieces of news and tickers. So there is some weakness in this chart. There is a risk of this dipping lower, but watch 543. If we lose that, then yes, there will be the downside. Otherwise, we just continue to shuffle. For Nvidia, we saw a dip all the way down to our support around the 122.8 area, and this thing has been falling quite a bit on a bit of a downtrend. Then we have this resistance around 124.5. If we lose 122.8, I'll be looking for a dip all the way down closer to 120 because there is going to be that risk, and also because of the weakness that's developing on this chart. There's also a downtrend that's kind of being established right here on Nvidia. So we did rebound in the pre-market up to this 130 area, exactly as we predicted, only to reject and make our move right back down. So by doing so, we're making lower highs and lower lows and continuing to fall like this, and Nvidia is looking weaker, which is dragging the market lower. So as we rebound, look at this resistance at 124. If we reject here again, we could be dipping back down lower. I am seeing some weakness in the charts, so just be careful, and that is adding to the risk of downside. For Tesla, we're just trading sideways. We have basically this 191.7 area as support, and we have resistance around 194. We've been going back and forth between this range all day. So I think Tesla will likely remain in this range unless we lose 191.7, then we could be dipping back down to 190. And if that fails us, then we have 188, but I don't think it's going to dip that low, at least for now. I think for now it's just going to continue to shuffle for the most part. Could dip a little lower later, but otherwise I just think it's going to hold up. I still think Tesla's building a lot of strength, and when you zoom out and look at the 4-hour time frame, Tesla's looking very bullish. We firstly have a nice double bottom like structure right here. That's the first good thing about this. It looks pretty nice with this double bottom, and there is more upside potential with this into the high 190s. And then when you zoom out all the way like this, you could see that's also in confluence with the nice inverse head and shoulders, which suggests that Tesla could be going up to the 200s very soon and squeeze even higher. So it's looking more bullish to me. For Bitcoin, Bitcoin's looking kind of weak. We're kind of rejecting off the 62,000 area. If we continue to fall, I'll be looking for this move back down to 60,800. So I'm seeing a weakness there, and there is a risk of downside thanks to that. As far as the QQQ goes, a little bit of weakness is developing on this chart too, but we're trying to hold above 479. So if we do hold this, we could try to rebound to 482. If we lose this, we'll be dipping all the way down towards 478 and 475. I'm seeing some weakness on the QQQ, and there is going to be a risk of downside, so just be very, very careful. But just note that this is going to be very pivotal for how this thing ends up continuing to move. So I am seeing a weakness, at least on the QQQ. I think that there is a risk of more downside if we fail to hold 479. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But like I said before, there is that risk. Apple, on the other hand, is building some strength. This is what's helping the market hold up. Nvidia is what's causing the market to dip a bit more, but then Apple is helping us hold up, or at least these algos are being used for that. So I think that Apple has upside potential. I'll be looking at 214 as resistance. If that breaks, we'll be looking at 216. And if we reject, look at 212.5 and then 210 as supports. We're forming a nice cup right here, and there is more upside potential for 215. So Apple's actually holding up very well. Now, something else worth noting is Super Micro. This is looking a little bit more bearish to me. I just want to say, because we have a head and shoulders, if we fail to hold, so we're losing 820, so I do see a risk of us coming down to the 780s. I'll be watching that very, very carefully. For Coinbase, we're looking a bit more bearish. If we don't continue to break above 223, I see a risk of us coming down to 217 then 215. For Amazon, we kind of pumped all the way up towards 192 only to reject. So we'll be looking at 190 as support, followed by right over here, this 189 area. So I do see a risk of a rejection, some downside. For Meta, we pumped all the way up to about 514 only to reject back down. Now we're getting bought back up again. So I'll be looking at this range right here. It's building some strength. So we kind of pumped, then dumps, then pumped back up. Watch resistance at 514, excuse me, guys, and then 517. Watch support all the way down here towards 510 and then 507. Overall, we're holding up very, very well. So I see some more upside potential for Meta to go back up to 515. For Microsoft, we're also looking pretty good. We actually bounced off our 20 EMA at 448. So now we're trying to push higher. I think we're going to shuffle a lot, though. So it's not that fun to trade this. It's going to shuffle around the 452s. Google dipped all the way down to 183 as predicted. The 183s then got bought back up. Now we're shuffling around 185. So watch 183 to 186 as our range right now. And I think we're just going to be stuck there. GameStop is showing weakness as it's dipping. Not really much is going on with this. Still kind of range bound. I see the same thing going on with AMC. We're just kind of stuck as well, kind of dipping a little bit lower. If we fail to hold up, I think we're just going to continue to shuffle as well. So we'll have to give that some time. That's pretty much it for now, guys. As far as the market goes, we're continuing to shuffle, trading sideways on SPY. And we'll have to see how well we end up holding these key levels. As of right now, it's holding up well. So we'll give it some time and see how things go. But with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. Please have an absolutely incredible rest of the day. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one, and peace out.